So I'm here at one of the more memorable and striking monuments on the field. This is the Irish Brigade monument, or, well, a portion of it. This is specifically for the 68th, I believe, 69th, no, 68th? Let's get closer and make sure. 63rd, 69th, and 88th New York Infantry of the Irish Brigade. It's got their dog there at the base of the large Celtic Cross. But just gorgeous work on this monument, one of the more striking on the whole battlefield, and probably frequently visited. There are other Irish Brigade monuments further up the Stony Hill, and that's where I'm at right now. This is kind of like the southeast slopes of the Stony Hill, which is a little hill between the Rose Farm, the peach orchard, and the wheat field. So if you continue across the road here and through those woods, you'll come out into the wheat field. And on July 2nd, as the Confederates were running through here, the Irish Brigade and Zook's brigade of the 2nd Corps met the Confederates here and engaged them, and were eventually driven back from this position once they became flanked as the Confederates started to come in from multiple angles, particularly those who had gone through the peach orchard and were coming in from the north side. Then you had guys coming in from the south side as well. Just the position of the wheat field ended up being this central position that all these forces were converging on. And you can see the road leads down there, and you can see just around the corner of the trees there's well, you can't really see it because of the sun actually, but that is an open field down there with tall wheat in it. It's not wheat actually, it's just tall grass, but that is the wheat field on the other side of these trees. And so that's where these brigades kept pitching back and forth across into the evening of July 2nd. So I just wanted to get some shots of the famous Celtic Cross, and then you can see more monuments to different units. This is the 5th Michigan directly across from here. They were also a big part of the fighting here, and they were 3rd Corps, so they were one of the units from, I want to say, de Trobriand's division, and they were here early on in the fighting, and it was the 2nd Corps units that showed up later as units started to get fed in to try and shore up Sickles's crumbling corps. So I've moved up to the top and the edge of the Stony Hill, and you can see in the woods back behind me that kind of slopes back down the Stony Hill towards the wheat field. And there's a couple more monuments up here to various units of the Irish Brigade and other 2 Corps units. But this looks out, you can see here in the distance, the rows of trees there, that's the peach orchard. And so from this hill, the engagements already would have started as Longstreet's and echelon attack units from, I think, Anderson and Robertson and Semmes's divisions would have been hitting south of here in that direction, up the hill. And then you would see Kershaw's and Barksdale's brigades hitting the peach orchard. Kershaw's from the south, and then Barksdale over the ridge on the other side of it hitting from the west. And so from this vantage point, you would have seen those guys charging across and through the units defending in the peach orchard, and then sweeping. I think some of them peeled off across this open field towards this line here to cross the road and head into the woods here on this Stony Hill and into the wheat field. I forget which units peeled off where, but I know some would have gone perpendicular to here across the Peach Orchard Ridge and up the Emmitsburg Road line, and then just peeking over the trees there, I believe, no, actually it's down here at the end of this fence line, I believe. You can see just the roof line right at the end of the fence there. I believe that's the Trussell Barn, which was Sickles's headquarters. and there was kind of a gap across this field between the units that were in the peach orchard and then the lines that started here at the Stony Hill. That was just part of de Trobrion's problem of covering the line, or it was either Bernie or de Trobrion, of trying to cover the front that Sickles had given them, and they could not reach all the way from the peach orchard back through the wheat field behind us here, all the way to Little Round Top. It just wasn't possible. So you had large gaps in the line, and this was one of the gaps here in the field where Confederate units, again, would have been moving from left to right across this field here, towards Sickles's thinly stretched line. There was some artillery there, and that was about it. Quickly overrun by the Confederates and pressed, which helped to roll up the Emmitsburg Road line. So I just wanted to get a good shot because this is a different vantage point of the peach orchard. In this case, it's from the Stony Hill, and showing kind of where the weaknesses of the Union line were, which was kind of all along here, where there just weren't enough guys to cover this open space.